Almost ready, folks. Well, I am happy you could at least make it here. I know that's two people. Oh, a couple people, more people showed up. Sith Glow, thank you for at least coming and bringing those numbers up. It will help me in the long run. How's everybody doing tonight? And Am I coming in clear and everything? So, all right. So we got a couple things we could do tonight. I'm thinking, since we got a couple new people, maybe I just go over quickly what Grimwood's going to be about. Grimwood City is going to be about. So it's going to be an urban fantasy based on, inspired by, not based on, inspired by, the Jim Butcher Dresden series and the Iron Druid series by Kevin Hearn. Basically, the world as we know it exists today. Magic is not known by the normal people, but it definitely is abundant for the people who do know about it. The Grimwood itself is going to be a central hub of sorts for magical creatures. It's mainly because all the ley lines in the world actually pinpoint to Grimwood. There's two things I'm doing with Grimwood City. One, I am writing a setting for Savage Worlds, but I'm thinking about also moving that to another system on top of Savage Worlds, not just by itself. I haven't decided which system. I'm thinking maybe the new Black Flag system because it sounds really cool. What let's get into how I use Scabbard because I know some people from Scabbard. So I switch over to the I've seen. This is my campaign I'm calling Dark Days that takes place in Grimwood City. It's also where I'm storing most of my basic information for the actual setting campaign. So Grimwood itself is, I figured as much. Grimwood itself is a giant metropolis, and the way I usually break it up is I usually break up my cities into districts, and then each district has its own point in the map, where you can actually use to navigate, or you can go back to subregions and use your subregions to navigate. Grimwood's made up of 9 different districts. The districts, quickly going down through them, is Donrow is the Summer Fae, is the Summer Fae court runs and maintains Donrow. Winterbank, not to your surprise, will be the Winter Court Fae. There's they're right next to each other, so there's going to be big clashes between the two. The Iron Chapel is, there's a big hill, and on top of this hill is a chapel that's completely made of iron. It's used by the Archlings and other ironbound, which we call normal people in our world, people who don't know about magic or can't use magic. They use it as a protection from magic, and it's also the headquarters of where the secret society runs for the Archlings. Silkway is just basically a small district up north where the Queen of the Spiders has made her lair. It's not anything super atrocious or evil, but there are some burlesque and burlesque shows that do go on, and their major trade is silk in that. Littleton's quite interesting because Littleton is basically a giant small district. I'm not giant. Small district, and it has a whole bunch of gnomes in it, and it actually has 5 different gnome gangs that are all based on their color. Like one's called the Red Caps. And then Wolfwater is the largest district, and it's also the poorest district. So there's a lot of buildings and stuff falling down and things like that. This is really where the werewolves and were creatures, such as werebears, were tigers, were lions, they kind of control this. But because they don't get along, it tends not to actually develop into a political powerhouse. Obsidian is basically the richest place in Grimwood besides the high-rise district. Obsidian is where the rich and famous kind of live in Grimwood, and it's kind of ruled by vampire seaths. There's 3 different ones that run Obsidian. They kind of run it together, but not run it together. So there's some political power there. Marble Rock Pier. This is basically where all the import and export comes from Grimwood, and it's basically ran by a dwarven clan. And then you have the high-rise center. This is basically where all the skyscrapers are in Grimwood. It's basically where all the businesses, all the corporation headquarters are. You'll find it's the heart and center of business in Grimwood. So those were the districts. Hellborough Bay is the bay that Grimwood sits on. And then you also have a kind of underneath the sewers of Grimwood. Grimwood was built on top of an ancient city, and there's an ancient city below the sewers. So there's some adventuring that you can do in those ancient cities. It's where a lot of the monsters go, monsters go to hide in the world. So that's basic Grimwood. And that's how I use it. You can basically, well, like I said, navigate pretty much every district. And then every district has points of interest in it. This one was the first one I could choose to show. I think Iron Chapel has quite a bit. Yeah. Such as, so it has different points of interest. They do have maps. I haven't uploaded them yet. So that's on my list of things to do. Wolf Waters probably is the best one to show you. Because that has the most, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Hidden Garage, the Greasy Spoon, the Haggler, and the Howling. Wolf Waters is basically, like I said, it's where the were creatures live. So they typically fight out in the open, and they don't typically hide it from people. So that's Grimwood. I'm currently working on an adventure for Grimwood where the mayor's son was captured, and your party has to go and rescue the mayor rescue the mayor's son from a cult, the cult of the Black Suns, who worship the opposite of what all the Ironbound worship, for a god. He's a god of chaos, and it's turning out well. I should be able to release that probably in another. Got to get some images for it, so I got to pay some artists to get some images. I've already decided that I don't want to use AI to generate images. I would like to actually pay an artist to get particular things. So tonight, we got a couple things I could work on. I can finish up that adventure. Is one option. The other option that I was thinking about is that I need to make a map for one of my campaigns, and I didn't know if you guys would be interested in seeing that, or if you're more interested in the campaign stuff. But as far as I use Novell to actually write the campaign stuff. So I'm breaking it up. Basically, I'm breaking it up as an introduction to Grimwood. I'm breaking the districts up and talking about character creation. So this is where all the extra like changes to the system are going to be happening. Right now I haven't written any actual changes to the system, just additions to the system. Like I've created all the races that will be in Grimwood that a player could play. They're a 3-point system, so they're not compatible with the races that are in the actual book. But you could easily make any race in the book compatible with by giving them a 1 point, or 2 points with a 1 point hindrance. But basically, we have your Ironbound, which are your humans, have your dwarfs, your elves, archlings, which are half angels. They get taken basically at birth from their parents and are trained to hunt demons and monsters. We got werewolves, werebears, werelions, weretigers. You got the red vampires, the white vampires, the black vampires. Black vampires have a caveat of to allow it for players, but if you wanted, you could. Black vampires are pretty much the evilest. I then have goblins, fae, and gnomes. But it's so. And then you got new hindrances that I've made. I've made some new hindrances. I've made some new edges for Savage Worlds. I've also created new arcane backgrounds for Savage Worlds. There's one for Fey magic, Pack magic, and Blood magic, and Celestial warriors. And I've created a couple new powers. So we're getting close to getting done. I'd like to finish the factions. I have most of the factions done, but I'd like to get some more influential customers, characters in there. And I really got to work on the politics. I only have general knowledge of politics in Grimwood, and it's going to be integral to the adventuring, because it's just a city, so you need politics in there to really intermix it. I have in Scabbard, I have under my groups, I do have like I am using different connections. Winter Court was not a good one because I just created them. The Bluebells is a gnome gang. So I'm using the connections to tie enemies together. And which groups go with which groups. I have different corporations in here for my groups. These are the corporations that have a headquarters in High Rise Central. Basically, you have your finance department, which is run by the Copper Mine Dwarven clan. Nanotech Industries, which handles a lot of nanotech technology. Metropolis Communication, which is basically going to be your cell phone, your ATT, your Verizon. Echelon Corporation. They're basically they do fashion and fashion type industry. Aurora Energy. Honestly, it's going to be your energy company. So those are and Zentech, which is going to be a software company. These are going to be crucial to playing different characters because most of your phones are going to be coming from Metroplex. So when you have communication issues through them, I'm thinking Zentech is going to be where a lot of hackers might start to play. Excuse me. I'm still getting used to this talking all the time. But the Brown Shield clan, they're the Church of the Saints. They're going to have an enemy of demons. There are demons. I did not list them as a race because they are not playable by actual characters. I might change my mind on that. I might develop a half race like a tiefling type race, but I haven't fully grasped how I'm gonna have them hide among regular people. So any suggestions on that, I'm more than willing to hear them. But the Archlings are basically part of this Church of the Saints. The Church of the Saints are the people who take the Archlings away at childbirth and raise them to fight demons. It's usually because they're bestowed upon their fathers or from having Archling powers. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far with everything. I guess today I wanted to I think I want to finish this adventure up that I started because it's close to being done, called the Midnight Rites. And basically, like I said, what this is going to be is it's going to be basically the mayor's son has been kidnapped, and it was in the Wolf District that he was kidnapped, and it was by the order of the Black Sun, and they're trying to get their leader, who recently got arrested, pardoned for his crimes via the mayor's power. So basically what I have here is I have some adventure hooks for possible ways that your party could get involved in it. I'm working on developing a have the map. Where did I store it? I've created a map for this, which is basically a church that they can open this up here so I can show you guys. So basically it's a church that they'll be able to access. The thought process is there's a ceremony going on when they try to enter, so they'll either have to be cautious or smooth on how they get into the system. There is a back door that leads onto the stage, but there is a basement cellar stairs that lead to basically offices and stuff. But if they're smart, they can find a secret hidden stairwell that leads down into a military base structure, which has security systems, magical security systems, basic offices, meeting rooms, a security system, prison cell, and this was where the actual son will be kept. So they'll have, it will be, it's not a complicated story, but it's something that will help drive some interest in the world. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Or hmm. Yeah. So I guess where I'm actually to the point where I'm just making different room descriptions for people. I guess that's not really good. We'll work on politics. So with politics, I'm going to have side politics. Going to have Fey politics. Because Fey politics are a little bit more complicated. And then chapter in here, chapter of vampire politics. This again going to be an chapter of werewolf politics, were creature politics. Obviously, these aren't going to be the names of the actual chapters, but I'm just writing. I know what they're about. So with the Fae, I actually have 4 courts, but only 2 of them exist. 4 courts of the Fae. Yeah, I'll do. We have 4 courts of the Fae. We have summer, have winter, and then we have spring. Hey, how you doing, JK? Thanks for coming. And then we have fall. All of these are courts. These are minor ones, and they're a subdivision of summer. Sub of and these are the major ones. They're the real leaders. You have the Winter King and the Summer Queen, who rule over. She rules over summer and spring. And the Winter King obviously rules over winter and fall. Ironically, let's put this note here. Note, the Winter King, Summer Queen, once was married. Back in the Dark Ages. Just a quick note to, probably won't lead anywhere, but something I just came up with at the moment. Think it will be interesting if they have some kind of romantic relationship in the past. That might come into play. Summer groups that they hate, dislike. They dislike ours. The Winter Fae, goblins. Huh. I wonder if my sticker thing's broken. Be interesting to find out. So they definitely don't like the goblins either. Oh, something really cool. So I have this goblin tribe that lives in the sewers. I love this name. It was a great name. See if I can't find them. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it this way. Table of contents, because I use a lot. The Drain Dwellers. I've named them the Drain Dwellers. They're a small goblin pack that lives in the sewers. They live in between the halls of the Feral and Grimwood. But what's really interesting is, so that was really interesting. You know what I should do? So let's go back and grab the Summer Fae, Summer Court, and let's use Alejandro. Well, Alejandro can come for actually, let's do world building first. I thought I did world building, but I guess not. Let's refresh real quick because I like to get the most I can. Alright, so what magic powers does the summer spirit? I've already answered that, so we don't that one. I answer that through actual next. Yeah, that might be interesting. What type of activities do the summer court fae enjoy? Alright. And what is the Summer Queen's role in the Summer Court? What is the relationship between Summer Court and other magical beings? Which I'm answering. What sort of magical powers do the members of the Summer Court possess? Yeah, not really needing that. How do the Summer Knights practice? Of what's the relationship between the? That's also a question above. What happened if the Summer Queen's rule is challenged? That could be interesting. Okay, I'm going to just add those to those were all AI generated, and I'm just going to quickly add them to my secrets here. Let's kind of answer them slightly. So the Summer Knights are chosen by the Queen to gain part of her power to strengthen and strengthen their own. They protect them. They are bound to their bidding, or suffer I don't want to say pain, but basically suffer significant pain, physical pain. How they establish loyalty. They enjoy balls. And what else might a summer fae enjoy? sporting events. I bet they're into sporting events. Which brings up a point that we could add a football stadium map. Kind of develop a whole sporting event structure. The Summer's Queen's rules over summer and spring Fae. Answers, resolves, answers to problems between A, keeps secret of their existence. I'm a horrible instance. Well, we know they don't get along with the winter. I would say it's mainly because of the relationship, but in reality, they're just different. They just act different. To the point where they argue it's being in the same. Vampires, they feel that they are natural and need to be removed from society. Were creatures, on the other hand, feel that they are natural and normal. So they feel that spirit of the animals chose their avatar, Ironbound. For the people who just joined, and thanks for showing up, Ironbound are the humans who don't know who they are, what magic is. The magical creatures we call in this world gifted. Gifted creatures. So, all right. So we'll call that good for that. I mean, I'll expand on it more later. What happens if the Summer's Queen rule challenged? Formal challenge has to be met. And it's a duel to death. Which time essence Queen transfers knowledge, powers, to the winner. All right, yeah, let's call that good. We'll save that. So that's good there. So that gives me some stuff here to put in to the Fae politics. So there's definitely so an interesting thing about the fall and spring fae is they actually get to choose where they go, and they can choose become summer or winter. They're not limited to just when a summer fae is born, that's it. That's all they have. When a spring fae is born, they get to choose whether they want to be. Awesome. Thanks for following. Thanks, Stolf. Thanks, Ed. Brings me up to 11. I want to get to 15 by the end of the month. So awesome. So basically, like I was saying, the Fallen Fae spring Fae can actually choose which court they actually down to. They don't have to choose until their 20th birthday. Why so late? Because they live long. They live a long time. So what else? Let's see. So they dislike winter vampires, winter fae, and goblins. They find that vampires are not natural. Is an infection society in both the mystical ways and the actual metaphorical ways. So what do you guys think so far? You think that's makes sense? Can you think of anything else that I should include politic wise for the Fae? For the Summer Fae? So let's see here. Politics is one of my weaker things. Alignment. There's no real alignment in Savage Worlds because you can be any alignment you want. It's not class-based system. But Summer would definitely lean towards more of a cheerful and optimistic outlook on life versus Winter Fae. Winter Fae tend to be more hardened and downtrodden. But no reason why, if you wanted to play a Winter Fae, why you couldn't play an optimistic Winter Fae. But they definitely lean towards that in my thought process. So that's probably something I should mention. I think I do mention factions. I believe I call them believe I say that they're optimistic. Oh, they're playful and carefree nature. So I do kind of talk about it. That ranks being tricksters. The keepers of the green circles. Really bad at politics. Politics is my weaker field. I got to get better at it. Problem is I have never been good at politics. I have trouble keeping secrets from my players. I want to tell them everything. I come up with a really cool idea and I want to share it before it's time to share it. I'm getting better at that. I'm getting a lot quieter about my ploys and secrets. Ooh. Let's go to the Winter Fae because I can't remember what I've done. Let's see, Fae Court. King has a Winter Guard. Unlike the Summer, the Fae Courts are known for their reserved and serious nature. Often depicting as being proud and aloof. Yeah. Not what I wanted to click. So, relationship-wise, I think this is where we can get into the here. Try to get some faction enemies. They are Summer Court. So they are definitely an enemy of the Summer Court. They are definitely enemies of werewolves. I don't have listed. Werewolves, I have them listed as different packs. So if I type packs in here, it should come. Subname them. Yeah, I'll go do that. In fact, I'll do that. Right. I don't have to do it. Let's see here. Say that the were creatures, were packs, the silverbacks would be a with the Summer Fae. They would be with the Summer Fae as far as connection. Hoping that this ally of the Hang Pack would be do. So wouldn't probably Archlings is the Order of Silver Flame. They would all be tied to it. What's really rival connections. That's good connection. Good idea. Yeah, right. Oh, actually, you're probably right. Enemy of rival. To Court of. That is a vampire Seath that they would not be technically enemies of, but definitely have bad relationship. And then what's cool about this is if I go back to the beginning of my thing, I can go to my graph and I can type in my summer port. And actually see where connections are connecting. This comes in so handy, and it's so useful to like look at like where things are connecting. I wish that is a gigantic plus button. I'm not sure why that's happening. Must be when you fix that other gigantic plus icon. I wonder if that broke that. The only thing I wish that this had, and I don't know if it's possible, it would be nice if the lines actually had what the connection was. So that I know that this is the enemy of... This is, it is Chrome, and it's 110 currently. What? I have the silverbacks filled out? I thought I did. Oh, I do. I just didn't create a picture for them. But yeah, so this is how I use it. I go back and forth a lot on this and novel writing software. For the novel, for when I'm just doing a campaign, I literally stay in here in the actual campaign. Let's see here. Oh, one thing I do want to do, the summer court. I want to open up a new tab here to take. Let's make the summer court part of the bio. So let's see, a good connection for that. ARB. Organizer of eds. Let's don't want to call them a subgroup. I just want to mark them as I already did faction of, so I actually put them in Zentech. I don't think that's good. I think I'm gonna actually do bio company. That sense. With how I'm framing them now. What other? they would be allies with the Greens. They're Ironbound Druid. They're definitely that ally of all about nature, making everything. Let's take care of them. It's gonna Summer Nights. Already. Did I call it something? Summer. Guess I. Oh. All right. So what should I call the Summer Nights? Let's see. We'll create a group. We'll call them Summer Nights for now. But going to be a of and with form a challenge, but let's scan it. Spring Fae, I'm not ready to fill out yet, so we'll leave that there. Oh man, my voice is giving out already. Happening quicker than last time. Let's see. They probably are in. Have something that is... I just thought of something that I'll put in the Discord for later. If we could filter this list by groups or character types or adventure types or places, that way the list is shorter, might be helpful. Friend of not necessarily allies of the Brown Shield clans, but they're definitely friends to them. Yeah, so okay. For them, let's go to the Winter Court. I don't know what I'm going to call the Summer Nights. I know Winter Guard is what I called the Winter Nights. I suppose I could do Summer Guard, but it doesn't feel right to me. You guys got anything, ideas for what I should call the Summer Nights? I'm not settled on Summer Nights. Post to the Summer Court. All right, so groups that are going to be rival. Oh, actually, knights, and as in sword fighting knights. Actually, I think I did come up with a name. I called them just quick. Oh no, this is a enemy of. I think I'm gonna Stickers are broken. I gotta fix. Yeah, summer nights, like in protectors and guards. Um, yeah, groups I want to start are definitely Delphi Circle is a group of Fae who believe that the court system is ridiculous and needs to go away. And they are basically terrorists that fight them whenever they can. What I was doing. Allies of court, the drink dwellers are friends of. I'll put friend of instead of an ally. King is the same as a terrible monster. Just working on my stuff, and thank you so much for following. That puts me up at 12 to my 15. Very happy getting there. My goal is 15 by the end of the month. So all I'm doing it right now is I'm going through this thing, going through Scabbard, and I'm just cleaning up. Basically, I'm trying to organize my what groups don't like which groups, so that I can figure out like where exactly things lie. Scabbard has this nice feature called connections, and it ties everything together in a nice graphical way. A big nice graph system. So if I summer courts, it has 2 layers of separation between them, and it will show you like which groups they're associated with, and what they are, the connections they've made other places. So if this connection here with the Brown clans, yeah, who doesn't go overboard? I go so overboard. Sometimes it's a little bit too much. I wasn't sure where you were coming from, so I wanted to make sure that I explained it. If Winter Court, back to Winter Court, setting up some. They're going to have with the night spawns. Is going to be a friend of, because they're not really allies, but they're not really. Oh, we want to do the corporation that they tied to. Energy. So That's weird. I can see your messages. They're still there on my side. Hmm. Ah, Cowboy Centaur. Nice to see you. It could be my Autobot. And I don't think it should be doing it, but I don't know why it would be doing it. But yeah, I don't know why it would be doing it. Because it's not very all right. Back to groups. Aurora Energy, that's right. They are a I put that under I put it under see. I want to keep it all the same so I can reference it back. Under faction of. Honestly, I'm fairly new to it too. Let me yeah, I'm very new to Twitch. I'm still getting used to it myself. Okay, faction of. They are a faction of the Aurora Energy. So yeah, let's get some rivals on. Rivals of. Oh. Or so I got this really cool. Think of it as like the MIB or X-Files for the world. It's called Orocyte Reaction Bureau, or ORB for short. They're basically a secret organization that maintains power, helps the power struggle between the Ironbound and the normal people, and the gifted. So they're mostly made of Ironbound, but there is some gifted people in their ranks. But they don't get along with a lot of the groups, so they're definitely a rival. The table of contents. How do you guys handle your politics in your campaigns, Centaur, or anybody else who uses Scabbard? How do you handle the politics and managing it on Scabbard side? Gonna be nice to the arc circle. I'm glad somebody else doesn't do politics well. I'm horrible at politics, but it's something I'm trying to get better at. Yeah, so politics and me don't get along well. Yeah, I'm gonna increase that sticker and figure out why they're not. All right, so I got a couple of factions. Now, I have a player who actually watching right now. Or he was, but he's also playing a game, so he might not hear. Um, he really likes politics, and I'm trying to increase my politics knowledge to help drive him. Is I want everybody to get the game that they want at my tables, so I try to. Plus, when I go to actually run this campaign in this world, I'm going to stream it. So I want politics involved because that makes it more interesting. You know, sometimes that happens. Oh, that's pretty cool. Terrible. And stuff. I totally been right there. I've every time I try to do politics, it always backfires on me. I always end up not using it, or it happens in the background, so players don't play. I think it's partly my fault, because I know there are players out there that do it. I've seen playthroughs where people have done it, played with politics and used politics. So, I got a question, Terrible. Did nobody actually help the tieflings? Or was it like everybody just ignored the war and let it go on? So, yeah. I mean, I try to have politics in my game and let the players decide if they want to play in it. But I'm still bad at it. Oh, they're West Coast by themselves, so people ignored it. It would be like if us and Canada had a fight right now. Most people would ignore it. It's not affecting them. It's not affecting them. All right, let's go to the orb. I want to make sure every magical creature has a rival status with them. Nobody likes them. Or at least none of the human ironbound ones, like Arcane Circle, probably supports them. Same with the Order of the Silver Flame. The Coven does not. The Coven is a group of yeah. That's so basically they were ignoring them. See, I never get that detailed. I try, I really do, but I lose interest. I'm really trying hard not to lose interest in this. I want to get that political structure. Like, I know there has been 100-year war between the Winter Fae and the Summer Fae. All right, go have fun. I'm about ready to end anyways. In fact, actually, I'm just gonna actually switch to just chatting. Interested in what Terrible's saying. So Yeah, I followed. But like in Grimwood, I know that the Winter Court and the Summer Court have been fighting for 100 years. I know that the Vampire Courts are fighting currently because most recently there was a. Oop, that's really not on my end. They most recently one of their big leaders was staked and he left a power vacuum, so they're fighting. There's a power vacuum. The werewolf clans and the were clans are all fighting with each other because they're constantly fighting for territory because there's not enough resources in the wolf water for them. The dwarfs pretty much ignore everything unless it comes knocking on their door. So that's kind of where I'm at with the politics in the world right now. The gnome gangs pretty much all are fighting with each other. So there are conflicts happening in this city. So, and then the Grimwood police or the GWPD, they have no idea about the magical world. So, well, except for maybe a few higher ups, but in general, they don't know anything. So, but, yeah, so that's where I'm at with that world. Hoping to end of the year. That's what I'm hoping for right now. Finish it up and finish the writing. Gonna do a beta test end of April, beginning of May, I think. Middle of May is when I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start looking for players here very soon. No problem. So I don't know missed, but basically, like I said, I'm gonna start like a beta testing of the campaign settings sometime end of April, beginning of May. I'm gonna focus on trying to flesh out like different story arcs with the players, but I'm definitely gonna stream it. So if anything has been interested in maybe seeing it played in action, might be interesting. But my voice is giving out. Really appreciate everybody that came, but losing vocal projection because I'm not used to talking this much. I will get used to it, but I'm not. So I do think I'm going to stop here, but I appreciate everyone that came. And I'm hoping really quick, I'm hoping midsummer we'll have something out. Oh, that would be interesting. And then what you could do is when you could have crossovers where they actually meet each other and you have like a big session, like a long, huge session where they all come in and yeah, but you could have them overlap and have like a crossover like the DC or Marvel movies where they cross over and you can actually have some characters come in and the game on one side or the other, or you could have them both join up, have to do something. That would be really cool. Like really cool. I don't know if I could do that. Yeah, like take down a big, like they have to gang up to take down this world-ending big bad. Kind of like Infinity Earths from the CW DC stuff. That would, actually, that sounds interesting. Yep, you could do that. What you could do even better is have them actually use Scabbard and put them in Scabbard, so they're all in Scabbard. But good luck with that. I have so much trouble getting most players to use Scabbard. Mainly because I just have trouble getting players to do stuff outside of game anyways. I have one that does it really well, and he's a godsend when it comes to notes because I'm a horrible note taker. You end up needing help with that, let me know. I'd be happy to double DM with you. I know that when you get a lot of people together, having 2 DMs really helps. I'd like to see how that ends if they cross over. That would be interesting. But yeah, if you do a crossover story, I'd be very interested in watching, or at least watching it unfold when they meet. Okay, I gonna give a call here. Thanks so much again, guys, for coming out. You guys are helping me do something that I didn't think I could do, so I appreciate it. I will talk to you guys all later, I'm sure, on Discord and other places. Thanks. Oh. Oh, you didn't hear me because I was muted. I apologize. Yes, I do mostly play Savage Worlds right now because of the whole debacle with D&D 5th edition. I did do a lot of 5th edition for a while. I'm pretty much doing Savage Worlds now.